G'day folks, Luke Fitzpatrick here. One of the things we always take with us when we head out on the water fishing and boating with our two young boys is their boogie boards. And I'm going to talk exactly the reasons why that is in today's video, along with quite a few other things. Now, over the holiday period, you may have noticed on our social media profiles, especially Instagram and Facebook, which you can get to in links down below, we've been posting lots of photos of family days out, exploring the beaches along the inside of Fraser Island, doing lots of fishing and scoring lots and lots of flathead.
Amazing, look at him.
How camouflage that is, beautiful.
I can catch him right from there.
But you're not going to.
Now, I've had lots of questions through Facebook Messenger and through email from people wanting to know how we go about not just the family adventures, but also getting flathead off the beaches of Fraser. Now, quite a lot of that information is available through the blog site, the Fish That Snag blog, which you can get to through the link down below again. It's basically through our main website, but I also thought I'd put this video together to go through it in a lot more detail. Okay, reading might not be your thing. You might want to actually watch it in a video. So I've put it all together in this video today to show you exactly how we go about it, how we approach the situation, and how we've been going about showing the kids how to throw lures on the beaches. You can open those up and let him go whenever you feel like it. Now, you don't just have to have a boat and Fraser Island on your doorstep to be able to go and do this. I reckon these tactics and techniques and things can be used pretty much on any beach around Australia. So if you are land-based, you've got a beach in your neighbourhood, try this out. I think you'll be surprised at the results. Now, for today's video, I'm going to use the beach around Kingfisher Bay Resort for my example. But in all honesty, you can find similar stretches of beach all along the inside of Fraser Island. Now, if you jump on Google Earth, even better, because you can find stretches of beach that look pretty much like what you have in front of you now. What you essentially have are bits of sandbank protruding from the island, in between them sort of gutters with water in them, and then another sandbank followed by another gutter, another sandbank and another gutter. Now, as I've mentioned, these are all over the place up and down Fraser Island. They're great places for pulling your boat up because they're shallow, they're relatively safe in that there's not much structure around, so nothing's going to damage your boat. And because they're shallow and you've got good visibility, they're great to let the kids get out and explore and run around in the shallow water. These areas are also perfect for throwing a cast net for live bait and prawns. Here's my wife Jen having a crack to find prawns for dinner. Now, if we break these areas of beach down even further, like the diagram we have in front of us, we've got the deep water channel where the tide's moving in and then the tide moves out. We've got the beach that's always there. There's always a skinny part of the beach that's always there regardless how high the tide is. We've then got the sand spits, okay, and the really important thing, just behind these sand spits, there's generally a narrow, deeper stretch of water, okay, a nice little drain that's basically draining water out into the channel. There's a bit of shallow stuff next to it, okay, before you get to the next sandbar. Now, there might be 50 centimetres of water over this sandbar still, okay, and it's a gradual decline into these little channels. What's essentially happened as the tide drops, the water is coming off the sandbar across here into the drain and then spilling out, okay, into the channel. And these are prime areas for where flathead want to go hunting for their dinner. Okay, the bait hanging around up near the mangroves up here is being forced, because the water's dropping, they're being forced across the sandbar. All of a sudden they're in this shallow water and they'll hang here until this shallow water is basically gone. Then they'll end up in this little deeper channel. They can't go that way because there's no more water over that sandbar. So then they have to come down around here and they'll try and scoot into the next one because they don't want to go into the deep water. That's certain death. and they want to try and stay up around something that's going to protect them. And the flathead will sit ankle deep water, they'll sit in here, they'll definitely sit in these deeper channels here, and they'll sit up and around here waiting for that bait to come off. And as it comes off, they'll ambush it, and then when there's not enough water for the flathead, they'll move back down into here, the bait will move back down here, they'll ambush them, and then as the bait gets wrapped around this corner, they'll be sitting down here waiting to get them as they come around the corner, and so on and so on. So let's look at it side on. This is the situation we basically have. Okay, we've got a high tide line up here, okay? So we've got water well and truly up. Here's the sandbanks, okay? And this is the low water line, all right? So even when the high water is there, you might have 2 or 3 meters in this gutter, but you might only have a meter above it up here, okay? So you can still fish them at high tide, and that's generally the area we'll target because it's nice and shallow and bait don't like being channeled through things. But the reason I wanted to highlight this angle of the sandbanks for you, some of them contain structure. Now it doesn't just have to be rock, coffee rock, it can be weed beds, fallen timber and things like that, all right? And they are prime ambush locations. If we get rid of that high tide line for just a second and you look low tide line, all right, this water is dropping all the time, okay, as the tide's going out, okay, and the bait are sitting right up in here, they don't want to go anywhere, and then all of a sudden they're forced into this channel, okay, and they've got to come around the front of this sandbank somehow, and any of these that contain structure are going to be perfect hiding places for predator fish that are going to ambush that bait as they leave these gutters. So folks, here's a live example of when we were stalking the flats the other day. I'm standing in the shallow part. There's the sandbank. There's another little gutter just behind up there. Okay, so we've got the sandbank. I'm standing in the shallow and I was casting into the deep part over here. You'll see it in the video when I play it in a second where the deep part is. And basically there was just 4 of us, myself, my wife, the 2 kids. We're all casting into the deep patch, and I managed to pull a fish out, drag it up onto the sandbank, quick photo, let it go, and then we'd walk around, have a couple of casts along the long stretch, and then just start on the next gutter over. Talking the flats, boys. Coming around here.
You come say hello to him?
Come say hello to him. Have a look at him. I've got him under control, he won't flee.
His head's like a shield.
It is, it's nice and hard, isn't it?
Never noticed.
Yeah. Now where's the spikes you got to be careful of? Elliot? Elliot, no, Liam will show you. Show him the spikes.
Around there. Oh, there.
There's 2 there, and there's 2 on the other side. You see them? Those ones there.
There.
Oh, mate.
That was
He
lucky.
will get you. Let's just zoom in. You don't need any flathead for dinner.
Got plenty of fish already.
Look how well camouflaged he is, dear. You want to get closer, dear, so you can get him right in.
Okay. Yep, got
Get
him.
above you. Look at that. Beautiful flathead, dusky. Now I'll let that go. Here he goes. Look at that colour. End up there. So there you go, folks. I'm all done. I hope you got something out of this video. As always, if you haven't done so already, please hit that subscribe button so that you can stay up to date with every video that we release throughout the year. And of course, if you really enjoyed this video, please leave a comment down below to let us know what your thoughts were. As always, folks, take care, and I really do hope to see you out on the water one day.